Burrs. What's up, you crazy creeps? It is Clearski. I am back, and today is going to be definitely a fun one. We are standing right here in the heart of the Rose Quarter, but back in 1992, one of the greatest teams ever assembled right behind me for the Tournament of the Americans. That's right, we're gonna show you guys where that all went down. We're gonna talk more about the team, and we're just gonna kind of stroll around the Rose Quarter. It's a cool area. There's a lot of things going on. But yeah, the greatest team of all time assembled right here in the summer of '92. Let's go check it out and learn more. Today's definitely gonna be a fun one. Stay tuned. Even got the appropriate attire on today. That's right, you guys already know I'm a huge Simpsons fan. And in 1990, the Simpsons were making waves, and same with the Portland Trail Blazers. We were just coming off of a 1990s Western Conference Finals win. And unfortunately, the Blazers didn't make it, but we were also coming off of a really cool thing that happened right here behind me. The NBA draft took place that same year, and in the summer of '92, 10 teams appeared right here, but one of the greatest teams of all time was assembled right here behind me. The Dream Team. That's right, the Dream Team. That's right, the Dream Team, consisting of some of the best basketball players the game ever saw. Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler, Michael Jordan, David Robinson, Chris Mullin, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Christian Laettner. I think I named everybody. Oh, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and of course Michael Jordan, all gathered here for a series of games called the Tournament of the Americans, and pretty much dominated the entire series. It took place from June 27th to July 5th right here at the Veterans Memorial Colisuem, better known to some as the Glass Palace. It was hosted by the United States, like I said, from June 27th to July 5th of '92. The games were played here, and the FIBA AmeriCup was to earn the 4 berths allotted to the Americans for the '92 Summer Olympics that would later take place in Barcelona. And in fact, this was the debut of the Dream Team that would later go on to win gold in Barcelona. This is the very first place that they gathered, playing such teams as Venezuela, Brazil, and Puerto Rico, and dominating the whole entire time. Some of the scores were outlandish, but yeah, it was definitely very, very cool. And as a kid, I unfortunately didn't get to make it to the game, but of course heard a ton about it. And yeah, pretty darn cool to think that all those guys gathered here and were on the same team. Absolutely love it. They basically dominated the entire series, winning all games 6-0, with, I believe, Venezuela coming in second, followed by Puerto Rico. So really wasn't much of a competition for them. And you know, every city has their favorite team and basketball star at the time, and when you collaborate all those into one, it really was hard to choose, you know, who your favorite player was at the time. I was very fond of Drexler just because of him, you know, playing here in Portland as well for so many years. So I was, you know, a huge Michael Jordan fan as well. I don't know if you guys were like me, but if you remember the Michael Jordan commercials, everybody wanted to be like Mike, and you know, they just had a ton of folks. Oh, you know, I think there was also another center, Patrick Ewing, and David Robinson as well. I think I mentioned them, but yep, this is now where the Winterhawks play, and they also have some concerts here as well. But just to think that in the summer of '92, all those guys gathered here for that occasion, which is just so awesome to me. And already being a basketball fan, just absolutely loving it. Now I was able to find some shots online of some of the fans actually gathering here, and at the time, I mean, it was just packed. This whole back area was just completely full of fans. And in some of the shots, I think it's one of these doors here, because when you pan back here, you can see some of these trees and some of these structures back here as well. But you would have seen all the folks lined up here to get in and go through the line and go see their favorite basketball player play. And yeah, the Glass Palace, not to mention Elvis playing here, and the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, the Blazers. Portland Trail Blazers actually won their very first championship here back in '77. If you actually peek the camera in here for a second, back against that wall there, you can see there's Bill Walton there, who actually led us to our only championship back in '77. But there he is there with his headband. Oh, Walton. That's pretty cool. But yeah, just a ton of history here. Like I said, you know, Beatles, Elvis, just to name a few. Hendrix, Jimi Hendrix performed here. It is now, as stated, the home to the Portland Winterhawks, and they also do some concerts here as well. But I don't think anything will ever beat that team. In my books, that goes down as the greatest team of all time. Not just, you know, basketball, but just the guys alone. I mean, you could never, in my book, assemble a greater team than that. Just all around great people and phenomenal basketball players. And I love that when they went out to play, you know, they all gave themselves really a chance to score. All the guys scored, and some of the guys put up, you know, 20, 30 points, and some of the final scores were like, you know, 154 to, you know, 30 or something. And most of the guys that were on the other team were basically, you know, kind of starstruck at the fact that they got to play with, you know, Michael Jordan and CLYDE DREXLER and all these great NBA guys that they looked up to. So for them, from what I read, they were basically just happy to, you know, be playing with them, and it was kind of just an honor to play with them. Now, years later, the Blazers opened the Rose Garden here, where they now play their basketball. But yeah, for many years, this was basically the spot to be in Portland for any events that went down. Also, to get back to what I was saying about some of the players, they would actually pose for pictures, you know, with Michael Jordan and the rest of the team, which was really cool, I thought, for the guys to do that. So let me know who your favorite basketball player was, if you've got a few. Like I said, mine was definitely Drexler, but let me know whose yours was. And also, I'll put in some pictures here of that day. It was really special. You know, the summer in Portland, the weather's always nice. A lot of fans gathered here to enjoy, you know, some of the best basketball players in the world coming right here for the very first time to make their debut right here at the Memorial Colisuem. Pretty awesome. But that's going to do it for today. I love you guys very much for tuning in and creeping with, and make sure you guys stay tuned, because we got a ton more creeps coming. You can ring that bell down below. That way, when I do creep, you guys will be the first to creep. But I am curious to hear as to who your favorite basketball player was on that team, or if you do have, you know, any fond memories of that time. The Dream Team, one of the best teams to ever do it, right here at the Glass Palace. All right, I just ran into my good buddy here that I haven't seen in a while. It's been a minute. You remember the Dream Team?
Oh yeah.
Who was your favorite player on the Dream Team?
A long time ago.
I know, it's hard to choose too, because there were so many good guys, you know.
There were.
I was pretty fond of Drexler, just because, you know, Portland and stuff.
Slide.
Clyde, right? Clyde the Glide. It was hard. Jordan, Barkley, Robinson, Mullen, Leitner.
CLYDE and Barkley, I guess.
True. Okay, Barkley was good, dude.
Oh yeah.
He could pull those rebounds.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah, it's good to see you, bro.
You too, brother.
Heck yeah. All right, I'll see you, bud. And speaking of Drexler, this is actually Drexler Drive. North Drexler Drive. I always thought that was awesome. They donated this spot, or you know, this little drive here to CLYDE the Glide. Heck yeah. So speaking of Drexler, check this out. I'm making my way back, kind of cutting through the back roads, and I found this. Look at this. Great timing. CLYDE the Glide. That is so awesome with the Blazer jersey. What a great depiction of him. Yeah, I think that's the classic glide dunk too. Pretty darn cool. Love you guys. Creeper out for now. If you did enjoy this, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You can also ring that bell. That way when I creep, you guys will be the first to creep. Creeper out for now. Peace.
The Western Hemisphere are represented here in Portland. 4 will move on to Barcelona. It was only 2 weeks ago that fans here in Portland were rooting for their Western Conference champion Trailblazers against the Chicago Bulls in the NBA Finals. Now they are unified in support of the United States Olympic team, what may well be the best basketball team ever assembled. And here they are, moments away from their international debut.
States of America. Assistant coaches E.J. Carlesimo, Mike Krzyzewski, and Lenny Wilkins. The head coach, Chuck Daly. The roster for the United States, a 6'11" forward, Christian Laettner. A 7'1" center, David Robinson. A 7-foot center, Patrick Ewing. A 6'9" forward, Larry Bird. A 6'7" forward, Scottie Pippen. A 6'6" guard, Michael Jordan. A 6'7" guard, Clyde Drexler. A 6'9" forward, Karl Malone. A 6'1" guard, John Stockton. A 6'7" forward, Chris Mullin. 6'6" forward, Charles Barkley. And a 6'9" guard, Irvin Magic Johnson.
A rousing ovation for a group that many refer to as the Dream Team.